we have 5 cases. First case is cause number 326546. Second case is cause number 326688. Third case is cause number 327826. Fourth case is cause number 328184. And the fifth case is cause number 328714. All 4 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Q.J. Montgomery. Mr. Montgomery, is that your full name?
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing, Mr. Montgomery?
Good, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Montgomery, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. James Padgett. Mr. Padgett, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Padgett, do you have an announcement that you'd like to make in Mr. Montgomery cases?
Your Honor, we have an offer down next door in drug court. We're going to head down there afterwards. I
Okay,
anticipate working that out, and I spoke to Miss Maxey, and if you would give us 30 days, I'm going to sit down in her office and we're going to work out these misdemeanor cases after I plead felony. So I think we can do it. It will just give us a little bit of time that we're
Okay.
taken care of.
could you give us a reset date?
August the 16th.
And I've received all discovery, all necessary discovery on these misdemeanor cases as well.
Okay, now, Mr. Padgett, could you hand your client, Mr. Montgomery, these conditions of bond?
You can just hold there.
Okay, now, Mr. Montgomery, what you have been handed is standard bond conditions in County Court at Law number 2. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'll go over these conditions with you. It says following arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court, and the court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submits to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body, and that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 3, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
You discuss it with your attorney first, and then you need time to talk to your attorney?
Okay, we'll work that out. He has a situation with the mother of his child bringing the children to him. I'll make sure that we have I'll have somebody in between who,
Okay,
I'll take care of it.
Okay,
And I'll
okay.
explain to him exactly what he needs to do.
Okay,
So he
okay.
doesn't violate the bond condition.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, and condition number 4 doesn't apply to you in here because you're not charged with a DWI second or more.
It's not.
Okay, so Mr. Montgomery, do you understand those conditions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now please adhere to those conditions. If you fail to adhere to any one of these bond conditions, your bond can be revoked. If your bond is revoked, you'll be placed in the county jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, now your case has been reset for August the 16th, 2021. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay.
Make it easy.
Ed Lloyd. Your full name is Ted Emery Lloyd.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Lloyd?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Lloyd, You're represented here about your attorney, Mr. Paget. Mr. Paget, you have an announcement you'd like to
Yes,
make in
Your
Mr.
Honor,
Lloyd's
we
case?
we have received all discovery on the case. All I need to do is get a videotape to him, and we'll sit down and do that. This case will be worked out if you give us a plea date.
Set it on a plea docket?
Yes, Your Honor.
He's on page 8, number 2. No, he said a plea docket. It's pre-conference plea docket, yeah.
30 days, August the 30th.
Okay, it's gonna be reset to August the 30th. You can get your reset.
No problem.
And Mr. Lloyd, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Now we're going to the pretrial conference docket. Tyron Williams,
That way you don't have
yes,
to go further.
Mr. Paget, she needs you to sign. Now, your full name is Tyron Lezay Williams.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Williams?
No, all right.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Williams, are you represented by Attorney Paget? Mr. Paget, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Williams' case?
Yes, Your Honor. This case will also go on the plea docket. I've received all the discovery. I just need to, there are quite a few DVDs involved here. I have reviewed all of them and relayed the information to my client. Just need to get in the videotapes. And we'll do that.
Okay. Could you give us a date, plea date?
So,
Okay, this case is gonna be reset to August the 30th. Now, Mr. Williams, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Mr. Paget, stand over there and sign reset. Philip Fouts,
It's not yours. Give me one. Lloyd, you can go and sign it.
full name is Philip James Fouts.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Fouts?
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Fouts, you're represented by Mr. Paget. Mr. Paget, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Fouts' case?
yes, Your Honor, we've received all the discovery. We also pled his felony case out. So I think we're going, this case will go on your plea docket. He's, looks like he's going to accept the state's offer. And it's going to run concurrent with his felony.
Okay. Give us a plea date.
August 30th.
Okay, it's gonna be reset to August the 30th for plea. Mr. Fouts, you can get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
This concludes your cases, I think.
One more.
One more, Your Honor, we have Mr.
Oh, Villegas,
Yes, Junior.
yes. Ronald Villegas. Did he, your full name is Ronald Villegas Jr.?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Villegas?
Okay, fine.
That's good. Now, Mr. Villegas, you're represented here by your attorney, Mr. James Paget. Mr. Paget, I see a note here. Did he ever, get his interlock?
You got your interlock installed?
And a lot, I didn't have the money.
Okay, well.
What did he say?
Go ahead and tell the judge exactly what you told me.
Yeah, I didn't have the money to do anything. I had to sell the bill that I had.
So you no longer had a vehicle? That's what you're saying?
I have, yeah, I had to let it go.
Okay, so you no longer have a vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay, now, the order is any vehicle that you own or operate has to have an interlock on it.
So if you're stopped driving somebody else's vehicle, it's still gonna be a violation. You can still be arrested. You understand that?
Okay, all right. Now, Mr. Paget, you have an announcement you'd like to make?
Yes,
in
Your
Mr.
Honor, it'll go on
Villegas'
your plea docket as well. I've received all the discovery as well as an offer from Miss Maxey. I just need to sit down with Mr. Villegas and explain everything to him.
case? Okay,
So,
could you give us a plea date?
August the 30th.
Okay, it's gonna be reset for plea on August the 30th. Mr. Vegas, you can get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
just right outside. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're welcome. All right. All right, you have a
Step
blessed
down
day as
to the
well.
end of the hall, and I'll let Miss Maxey know about Mr. Montgomery's.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're
We
welcome.
have the dough on the first page, page one.
Hold on a minute.
His attorney
Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let's see, this is cause number 328114, Gilbert Joseph Trahan. So we'll modify the bond conditions, and I'm sure they can, whoever does the test, it should be able to differentiate between, I guess, prescription and, non-prescription drugs. Yeah.
Where would he go to get set up?
We're gonna have to get with you on that. Just hold on a minute. We're gonna give you, we'll modify the bond conditions to remove 4, and then we're gonna modify it and we'll put that language in there.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Now, what was your announcement on his case?
Yeah, we'd like to reset it to another announcement, yes, to investigate.
Could you give us a announcement date?
August the 16th.
It's gonna be reset August the 16th.
I've got a vacation letter.
Okay. When it will,
September 13th.
That'd be good.
okay, so it's gonna be reset to September 13th.
But it's on, hold on, it's on the pre-trial, pre-doc.
Right,
What about August 30th?
okay, be reset to August the 30th. Okay, for announcement. Let me give you these, I'll call it our first amended.
You want one on it. We'll keep 9/13.
Gilbert Trahan.
And I kept it on 9/13. Thank you. Here you go. That's, we're gonna make a copy. He's gonna need a copy. And we're gonna give you a copy.
Yes, sir.
And we'll get the information as to where you can get that drug patch.
Okay.
You can get your reset. Once you get your reset, we'll get that information and you'll be free to go.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, you're welcome.
May I approach you on, please?
Yeah, yes.
Thank you. You know, I have an awesome love later on the docket this morning. Can't be here because she just got her new job and it's a good job.
Okay, now you're aware that
It's on
she
the
could,
announcement docket.
okay, you're aware that she could either appear in person by Zoom or by
Beg your
telephone.
pardon?
She could appear in person by Zoom or by telephone.
Yeah, but,
mean, she can make
I
a,
wasn't aware that she could appear.
yeah, or if you can contact her.
She's here.
Oh, she's here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I didn't want her to lose her good job.
Okay, well,
Let me
she's,
make
Hard for
sure.
African Americans to lose
I
their
remember
job,
saying
to get jobs.
well, okay, well, they say she's here.
Hold on. No, she's not here. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
Allison called me all week long.
Okay, just try to, see if you can, make some contact with her.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have a phone number, and I mean, all the courts are there.
Okay.
So I'll do it as fast as I can.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine. And she has a bondsman, Keith Day is a bondsman. Okay,
I gotta find out who that is.
okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
okay, you welcome. Yes,
Good morning to you, sir. If we could, one of my cases, they've already submitted a dismissal, and the other one is just a quick reset, if we could please.
who,
Her name is Jessica Aldous, Aldous.
Aldous, okay.
We call her. She's pregnant.
Okay, we on the record, in cause number 322-184, the state of Texas versus Jessica Rose Aldous. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Miss Aldous?
Doing good.
That's good, Miss Aldous. You represented here by attorney, Corey Crenshaw. Attorney Crenshaw, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Crenshaw, what's your announcement?
Your Honor, we're going to ask that we just want to put this on the trial docket. Mr. Boyd hasn't had a chance yet to review the case, but that's certainly understandable considering he just recently came on. I've presented him with a resolution for the case, but I think he's going to discuss that with Mr. Shearer, and there's a chance we could still resolve it, but best just to go on and have it on the trial docket.
Okay, just stand over there, you get your trial date, and you'll be free to go.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you, Your Honor. And if you'll please sign the dismissal on my other client, Mr. Bro.
There's just, yeah, the state, y'all submitted the
Yes, Your Honor.
dismissal?
Yes, sir.
And I'd just like to give him a copy of it. Sometimes they like to have a proof of it. Thank you, Judge.
The next case is gonna be Jamal West.
She wants to go get a copy. Make a copy of it.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How you doing?
Yeah, we don't have to wait for them. Fill them up.
Okay. We have three cases. First case is cause number 323-342. Second case is cause number 327-638. Third case is cause number 327-640. All three cases are styled the state of Texas versus Jamal West. Okay, Mr. West, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, you, sir.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. West, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Antoine Freeman. Mr. Freeman, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. West cases?
No, Your Honor, not today. I had some pending felonies that I was just informed that they were dismissed.
Oh,
So if I can confirm that and maybe get another announcement date so we can confirm that and see what we're gonna do after that.
okay.
We're gonna dismiss the felonies. No, I'm asking you. I'm just-
How's pending trial?
It's pending trial.
Pending trial. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna reset. I see here, oh, that's on the 19th. Yeah, I see he got trial set on the 19th of July.
It, trial set for October.
Oh, it's October the 11th.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong docket. Okay. Yeah, October 11th, here it is. Okay, give us a reset date,
You want to set it on the same day?
Mr. Freeman.
That's fine. We're gonna sit on the same day as the trial, as the felony.
Okay. So it's gonna be October the 11th,
October the 11th, yeah.
and it's still gonna be our announcement docket?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Freeman, you could get your recess. Once you get your recess, Mr. West, from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Yeah, I'm looking for,
Mr. Hardaway.
Do you mind if I get you to sign real quick?
Hmm?
Can you sign real quick? Look at them, man.
Hardwine.
LDOIN, I believe. Except for here on the, motion for mental evaluation. He's in custody, y'all.
Oh,
He's
You
in
see him on the
custody.
docket anywhere?
yeah, I see him, it's on page 6. Jehannon, Demond Ardwine, is that right? No, that's Antoine.
That's Antoine.
You say Ardwine?
ARDOIN. For the hearing on the mental evaluation.
It's not on this. docket.
No, it's not on this
It's
one.
Thursday, remember?
It's Thursday. He's in jail. It's on Thursday.
It's not today?
No,
Today is Monday.
No. It's not set today, though?
no,
It's not on this docket.
It's set Thursday?
yeah. Okay, okay, that concludes your cases.
Was that set for the 15th?
Yeah, that's the 15th.
Okay, that is, I get it on the 15th, I have it 2 places, today and the 15th. I don't know why.
Okay. Dennis Pickney?
But that's it.
Yeah, that's it. You free to go. You have a blessed day.
Yeah, sure, I told you this,
Hold on.
this Thursday.
Next case is cause number 319854. The case is styled the state of Texas versus An Hong Do.
Yes.
Is that your full name?
Yes.
How are you doing, Mr. Do?
Good, and you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Do, you're here represented by your attorney Joe Garcia.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How you doing, Mr. Garcia?
Fine, Judge, and you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Doe, the information on in this, let's see. Mr. Doe, the information in this case alleges that on or about
July 12th of 2018, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of gambling promotion. Mr. Doe, do you understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Doe, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest? How do you plead?
No contest.
No contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? You have to speak up.
Loud voice.
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Okay. Now, Mr. Doe, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Okay, I think. And I just made a change on this document. It had a Class B, it's a Class A misdemeanor. Now, for Class A misdemeanor, the range of punishment is confinement in jail for a term not to exceed 1 year, a fine not to exceed $4,000, or you could be given both such fine and confinement. Do you understand that? Now, do you recognize this document? You have to speak up.
Yes.
And on page 2, well, first of all, let me go back here. Now, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
All right. Now, on page 2 of this document, Mr. Doe, there's a set of initials on the line that is titled Nola Contendere. Are these your initials? Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
And on page 3 of the same document, Mr. Doe, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes.
And on the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, Mr. Doe, there's a signature. Well, first of all, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is that your signature on the line that is titled defendant?
Yes.
There are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I have another document here. This document is titled the Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Doe, prior to signing and initialing these documents, all these documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes.
Okay, and did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 2 as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. No objections. State's Exhibits Number 1 and State's Exhibit Number 2, which is the probable cause affidavit, are admitted. Mr. Garcia, you've advised and counseled Mr. Doe. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
He's mentally incompetent, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Doe, your attorney, Mr. Garcia, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Doe, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. And I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay.
Oh, I put it with it. I need an audit report.
Oh. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
The agreement is for 180 days probated over 1 year, a $1,500 fine, 20 hours community service. And in addition, the state would like to submit an agreed motion for forfeit in the amount of $3,241.
How much? 3,000?
241.
Okay. Let's see.
You can hear.
I thought money had to be forfeited. That was statute. Okay, now state this motion to forfeit the money is considered gambling proceeds pursuant to Article 18.18 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Doe, I have before me a motion, an agreed motion to forfeit the gambling proceeds in this case. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on this document?
Yes.
And prior to signing it initially in this document, did your attorney go over this document with you? And did you read and understand everything in this document?
Yes.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, let me go over. Now, Mr. Doe, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in jail on this case because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $1,500. You'll also be required to pay court costs in this case of $412. The total fine and court costs in this case will come to a total of $1,912. You'll be required to pay $60 each month in probation fee, $15 each month for your analysis fee. Your total monthly installments that you'll be required to pay in this case is $250 per month. Mr. Doe, will you be able to pay the $250 each month?
Yes.
You'll also be required to perform 20 hours of community service
and you will forfeit $3,241 pursuant to the agreed motion to forfeit the proceeds in this case. Mr. Doe, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Doe, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Doe, you can, Mr. Doe, you can stand on the X next to your attorney. You're gonna follow the directions of our clerk. And once you finish following those directions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Mr. Garcia, you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Judge.
Can I get your right thumbprint? Thank you.
Government Bruce.
Yeah, just hold on a minute. Here you go. Yeah. There you go. Mr. Galmore, you have.
I have Mr. Elding on the monitor.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Sign for me. You won't see it, but I will. Mr. Garcia, you can sign for me. Mr. Doe, can I get you to raise your right hand? Do you swear you have never been convicted or given deferred adjudication or regular probation for a misdemeanor or felony in this or any other state? You have any other pending charges against you? You leave here, you can go to probation. As you talk in the parking lot. Phone number and everything.
Jacob Elting,
He's on page 8.
yes, he's on Zoom. Okay, this is cause number 32874, excuse me, cause number 328754. Jacob Aaron Elting, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Elton?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Elton, you're represented here by your attorney, Mr. Galmore. Mr. Galmore, how are you doing?
Great, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Galmore, you have an announcement you'd like to make?
Yes, Judge, we're still completing the discovery process, so we would like one last announcement made.
Okay, give us an announcement. August 16th. Okay, Mr. Galmore, you can get your reset. You'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Mr. Etling, your attorney will be given a reset. This will conclude your case. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
Okay. Give Mr. Robbins.
We have an audio, he said he's unable to hear it.
He just heard. Yeah. Mr. Cobb, can you hear me? Mr. Bruce Cobb, can you hear me? He must be having some audio. He'll have to go by phone. But he dialed in? I mean, you can't dial out? Okay, let's see, Mr. Vicky Collins is not here. Would you call Vicky Collins, see if Mrs. Collins has arrived? Mr. Boudreaux? She's gonna go,
Court also, Judge.
oh, she's in drug court?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what we'll do, we'll just wait for them to arrive. to find out what happened, on there.
Well, Mr. Cobb said he's gonna get a reset on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Cobb is the, attorney?
Yeah.
I see you as attorney.
Patchen. And Keith Lane and Lane is the.
Oh, Lane is on the felony.
Yes, sir.
I see Kevin Lane is on the felony. You're on the misdemeanor. Yeah.
And they asked that they're gonna try to get reset.
Well, they need to, she needs to come here.
I know,
She
but
hadn't checked in.
Yeah. Yeah, so when she finish over there, she needs to come here. And the same thing with, Pickney.
yes,
He
sir.
needs to come here too.
Now, do I need to wait on those two judges?
Yeah, or you could check with, yeah. Well, they need to be here.
Well, I know
But I
that.
mean, let me ask you this here. Would you like these cases to continue to be set with the felonies?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, but they need to come in and then we can give them their resets.
Dennis Pickney did check in.
Right.
He went over to drug court.
Right.
However, Ms. Collins was not out there.
Well,
did
she
not
didn't
check in.
call me, but she had drug court this morning.
Okay, well, you might need to check with one of the lawyers over there,
I will.
that represent her, and let her know she needs to be here.
But my question is,
We can reset it without you being here, if you're announcing that you would like these cases to be set
yes,
with the felony cases.
now I've got one other one that's McDonald, Aaron McDonald, and we were gonna try to.
Hold on, wait up. You said a McDonald?
That's
Uh-huh.
he's underneath Vicky Collins on page 7. And he is here.
Okay, have him come on in.
Okay.
Have him come on in. Okay, Aaron McDonald?
Yes, sir.
You have to tell the bailiff that she needs to get her.
Yes, sir.
Would you come on up? Miss, the court coordinator needs to talk to you. Yes. This is cause number 3277764, case of style of state of Texas versus Aaron Jamal McDonald. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. McDonald?
I'm doing pretty good, and you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. McDonald, you're represented by Attorney Don Boudreaux. Attorney Boudreaux, you have an announcement you'd like to make?
Yes, sir, we will enter a plea of no contendere to.
Oh, y'all have a plea ready?
Not yet, Judge.
Oh, okay. So what I'll do, I'll hold on it.
Turn.
Hmm?
I've been waiting my turn.
Okay, what I'll do, I'll hold on it so you can fill out the tablet. Just have a seat.
Can he wait in the courtroom?
Yes. I see we have Mr. For who? Beatty? Irene Beatty?
President, you ready to go, Your Honor?
You come forward.
Oh, this morning. I want to show you something too.
Somebody's already in.
Okay, I just want to show you.
Are you, is it? Well, okay, this is cause number 325-180. Case is style of state of Texas versus Irene O'Shea Beatty. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Miss Beatty? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Miss Beatty, the information in this case alleges that on or about September 14 of 2019, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Ms. Beatty, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Ms. Beatty, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No, sir.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Beatty, I have before me a document that is titled the Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 2 of the same document, are these your initials on the line that's titled no contender or no contest?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of this document, above the line that's titled defendant, is that your signature? And I have another document here. This document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Ms. Beatty, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Mhm.
The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You had a discovery certification?
I've got it ready for the defendant to sign.
Okay.
I believe the DA needs to sign it. Here you are, Judge.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Beatty, I have a document before me that is titled the Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on above the line that's titled defendant? Now, Ms. Beatty, prior to signing and initialing these documents that we just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me, State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and also like to offer State's Exhibit number 2, which is the probable cause affidavit.
Mr. Lawrence, you have any objections to State's Exhibits 1 and 2?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibits number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Lawrence, you've advised and counseled Ms. Beatty. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Beatty, your attorney, Mr. Lawrence, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Beatty, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given, I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, did we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
The agreement is for 180 days, probated over 18 months, a $500 fine, 80 hours community service, DWI education, and drug and alcohol assessment.
And Your Honor, I would
Oh,
like,
wait. You say DWI education and
And drug and alcohol assessment.
drug, alcohol assessment. Okay, now this is a DWI with an enhanced, it's supposed to be a interlock. Okay, so the interlock is gonna be a condition of the probation. This is a driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration of 0.15 or more, so it's a interlock device as a condition of probation.
we need to point something out for the court in the process of doing the sentence, Your Honor.
Well, I hadn't, well, okay.
Basically, Mrs. Beatty
Hold on, let me do this
is
here.
raising three children.
Let me do this here. Do y'all have an agreed punishment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, because you were saying you just need to point it, is it unagreed?
Well, no, I'm trying to point out that she's extremely poverty ridden and that I'm trying to reduce the
Well,
probation
well,
fees.
I think that the way the code is 42.15, the court will inquire into that once we pronounce what the punishment is.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Okay, so let's see. Now, Ms. Beatty, the state is offering that you serve, you're gonna change, put that up, you know, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you would not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail in this case because you'll be placed on probation for 18 months. During the 18-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $452. Now, the total fine and court costs is $952. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You will also be required to reimburse the county a court-appointed attorney's fees of $250. You'll be required to pay the Jefferson County DWI education class an initial evaluation fee of $125. Should a further evaluation be needed, now this $125 is to be paid on the day of the plea. Now, should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments that you will be required to pay is $150 per month. Will you be able to pay the $150 per month?
No, because I'm unemployed right now.
Okay, could you give me her,
Let me add something
hold
to that.
on, a minute. Could you give me her affidavit indigency? It should be, yeah, just print that out.
No telling what the interlock will cost.
Oh, okay. Now, Ms. Beatty, I have before me an affidavit of indigency that you signed and filled out and signed on June the 25th of 2021. Now, Mr. Lawrence, could you hand this to your client?
I need to explain her circumstances too.
Okay, well, it's
very.
is everything in that document? No, first of all, are you familiar with that document? And did you sign that document?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in that document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay, so reach that back to me. Okay. So Ms. Beatty, based on the information that has been provided in this affidavit, yeah, you don't have no. The court is gonna find that you are indigent and pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The court, upon that finding, is going to, let's see. Your fine and court costs that's $952. Your fine and court costs of $952 is going to be converted to 76 hours of community service. And your probation fee of $60 is going to be reduced to the minimum of $25 per month.
She has filed for SSI. Your Honor.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. Okay, so what that basically means, Ms. Beatty, is that your fine and court costs is going to be converted to community service, so you'll be performing community service in lieu of paying the fine and court costs, all right? And then your probation fee of $60 per month is reduced to $25 per month. Do you understand that? All right. And that's based on the court finding that you are indigent pursuant to Texas Code of Criminal Procedure 42.15. And now the clerk has to refigure the amounts. Now, I think the way they figured the amount for the fine and court costs is still going to be there. However, there will be a note in your judgment that tells the probation office that the fine is converted to community service. And so you'll be paying a reduced amount instead of paying the $150 a month, that it'll be reduced. All right.
But trying to tell you something, Your Honor. She has been diagnosed with a mental disability and she has filed for SSI. That's been since she did the affidavit of indigency, I believe.
Okay, she can provide that information to the probation
Yes,
office.
yes. She's got 3 children living with her mom and no job, and now she's filing for SSI. That's
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah, and she got her children, that information is here with regards to the children. Now, the information with regards to the SSI is not here because the form only asks if you're receiving it. So she's applying for it. She hadn't received it.
That's right.
However, she does have some other governmental benefits, another that she is receiving.
That's correct.
pursuant to the affidavit, okay? So now, Ms. Beatty, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes,
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
yes,
And do you accept the state's offer? Okay, Ms. Beatty, I'll follow the pre-bargain agreement that you have entered into. And also, let me do this here before we get to that. You'll be required to also perform 80 hours of community service. You'll be required to attend a DWI education class and have a drug and alcohol assessment. You're required to install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, and you'll be required to perform all the other terms and conditions of probation. Do you understand that? And do you think that the state's offer is, and the court's adjustment is fair and just?
yes.
And do you accept it? Okay, I'll follow the pre-bargain agreement that you've entered into the state with the adjustments that the court have made. Stand on the X where your attorney is standing. Do you need it? Can she sign it now, or do you gonna have to wait?
I just, yeah, she can sign it.
Okay, just follow the instructions from the clerk. Once you finish following those instructions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Lawrence, you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's ways to do that. They don't call it right now. Well, more than a quarter.
I see that. He has coats. That's done. Let me do this here. Let me get some of these folks off of our Zoom. We got Mr. Bill Robbins. Okay.
How to tell it where to go to get an interlock.
The probation officers will be able to help on that. That's James. That's James. I thought Macon was here earlier.
He was a little bit ago.
Mr. Robbins, your attorney, Mr. Makins was here earlier. He's in and out. So when he comes back, we'll be able to get to you.
Yes, sir. I just got off the phone with his office. They were trying to locate him.
Yeah, he walked in the courtroom and I think he went to another court or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, that's okay.
Okay. Hold on.
You don't have any pending? I don't see any. Okay, once you leave here, you are to go directly to probation. There's a map and their phone number. When you get to the parking lot. Right there on that. Oh.
Is Jacane and Antoine here?
He's here.
Okay, you can come forward. We have three cases. First case is cause number 327722. Second case is cause number 327724. Third case is cause number 327726. All three cases are style of State of Texas versus Jacane Demond Antoine. Is that correct? Mr. Antoine, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Antoine, you're represented here by Kevin Lane. Mr. Lane, how are you doing?
Fine, how are you?
Okay, Mr. Lane, I see that Mr. Antoine had a drug case, drug court this morning as well.
He did, Your Honor.
Okay.
And we made an announcement and we have since reset that for 30 days for another announcement. We are waiting for videos in that.
Okay.
I was told that there are some videos ready. I just don't know if they're his.
Do you have a reset date from the felony court?
I do not, Your Honor.
Do you want us to set it on the same date, different date?
Please set it on the same date. I have a suspicion that some of these may be dismissed as a result of the plea agreement in the felony case.
Okay, now what we'll do is we'll have our court coordinator to check the computer for the felony reset
Yes, sir.
date. You can do the same. If you get it before us, contact us. If we get it, we'll get it and send you a reset.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you and Mr. Antoine, I guess, Mr. Antoine, you're free to go? All right, you have a blessed day. Now, Mr. Lane, do you?
Oh, do I have another one?
No, I think Boudreaux has a case, and I think you on the felony case.
Yes, Miss Collins on her felony case was reset for the trial docket.
Okay, is Miss Collins in? Vicky Collins?
Kevin, which one you was telling me about, Gerard or something? Tell the judge about that.
Yes.
Hold on, wait up. Is he on the docket?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Sure.
Okay, call Vicky Collins.
Here's Mr. Macon.
Okay, let's get Vicky Collins first.
Because we don't know the name. But I'll thank you.
Mr. Boudreaux? Okay, we have Vicky Collins, calls number 327-728, calls number 327-730, calls number 327-732, calls number 327-734. All four cases are styled the state of Texas versus Vicky Lynette Collins. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Collins? That's good. Ms. Collins, you're here represented by your attorney, Don Boudreaux. Mr. Boudreaux, how are you doing?
Yes, fine.
That's good. And you have an announcement you'd like to make?
Yes, sir. She appeared in drug court this morning, and it's set for October the 11th of this year.
Okay.
Mr. Joe Vasquez is going to be her lawyer.
For trial, that's for drug court, not felony.
Oh, she said Joe Vasquez is his attorney on the felony?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that was a case that Mr. Lane was I guess was appointed on in the felony case, but
Yes,
Joe
sir.
gonna
He
represent him?
He withdrew.
Okay. What, do you have a reset date? You want this case reset on the same day with the
Yes,
felony?
sir.
I'm going to trial,
Okay,
October 11th at 2 p.m.
okay,
We might set it a few days after that.
okay, just hold on a minute.
And we'll do something with that depending on the felony.
Okay.
Same week or put it on October 18th.
Okay, 18 is fine. Okay, it's gonna be reset to October 18th. Ms. Collins, you can get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day.
I do too.
And I'm sorry to hover, Your Honor, on Troy Gerard. I just have two over on Judge Stevens. I got to rush to.
You can have draw, hold on a minute. Gotta find it.
Page 3, number 2.
Okay, would you call Troy Gerard? This is cause number 325259. Case of style of state of Texas versus Troy Joseph Gerard. That's your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how you doing, Mr. Gerard?
Okay.
Okay, and Mr. Gerard, you're represented here by your attorney, Mr. Lane. Mr. Lane, how are you doing?
Fine, Your Honor.
And Mr. Lane, you have an announcement?
Your Honor, Mr. Gerard is pleading guilty to this case And you're,
Oh, he's not? Oh, sure not.
I'm not, Your Honor, but I'm just here just to kind of tell the court what's going on in the felony court.
Oh, well, I think the last time that we were here, it was announced that this case was gonna be the felony case was gonna be dispositive of this case. That's the information that was provided to the court.
We're dismissing the felony case upon his plea here and a fine of $700.
Okay, I mean, did y'all got the plea ready or something?
Well,
Or
Your
is-
Honor, he was pro se, so I didn't want to necessarily speak with him unless.
Oh, yeah, no, if he's pro se, you would have to, did he sign the, hold on, look in his file and see if we have the waivers and stuff. See if this, yeah, see if we got the waivers and stuff before anything is done.
He has signed some of these forms.
When was that?
Well, I helped him
No,
fill those out.
He might already have it. Well, what did he sign? Did he have, judge's explanations?
He wanted to hire him on the phone.
Oh, that was it? Okay, so,
We ended up selling it over there.
okay.
Over here.
Okay, so you have, the document that you have in your hand is titled waiver of counsel for purposes of entering a guilty plea or proceeding the trial. Let me do this here. Make sure we have everything on the record. Okay, now, previously, what date was the, judge's explanation on? Print that off, print that off.
He's-
Yeah, he's pro se. I mean, well, right now,
Yes.
let me go over this here with him.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Gerard, on February 12th of 2021, you signed a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. Could you show him that document? Do you remember signing that document?
Yes, sir.
And prior to signing that document, did you read everything that's in this document?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand everything that you read?
Most part, yes, sir.
Well, you say, hold on,
No.
just have a seat, take a seat, read that document, and then when we're ready for you, we'll get you back up.
I'm ready.
Okay, you say for the most part, did you read the document?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you understand everything in that document?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in that document true and correct to the best of your
That's
knowledge?
true.
Okay. Okay, so I have another document before me. I have another document before me. You can hand that document to him. And that document is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea or Proceeding the Trial. And is this your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
Prior to signing and initialing this document, did you have opportunity to read this document? And did you read the document?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Just confirmation, I'm just resubmitting the guilty plea on the.
Well, I'm just asking you about this here document right now. So at this time, you what we call pro se, which means that you're representing yourself. You'll have an opportunity to talk to the prosecutor. Just have a seat, and one of the prosecutors will talk to
I
you.
thought we had this as far as,
Hang on, one of them gonna talk to you in a minute. And we'll just settle.
July, what's the July?
Just have a seat right where one of the white tags is on the other side of the, yeah, no,
There you go.
there you go.
That's, yeah. You need what? Oh, also we got We have two cases, State of Texas versus Bill Lee Robbins. First case is cause number 326-048. Second case is cause number 326-050. We have Mr. Robbins appearing via Zoom. Mr. Robbins, how are you doing?
I'm anxiously nervous, Judge. How are you, sir?
Oh, you can relax, Mr. Robbins. And thanks for being patient with us this morning.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Robbins, you are represented here by your attorney, Mr. James Macon. Mr. Macon, how are you doing?
Wonderful, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, Mr. Macon, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Robbins' case?
We're going to need a short reset on Mr. Robbins. It'll give me an opportunity to visit with him on the discovery and the plea bargain.
Okay, you want it, what
30
docket?
days if possible.
On what docket? Announcement docket, plea docket? Or-
Announcement. would be good.
Okay. Can you give us a date?
August 16th.
Okay, it's gonna be reset. Mr. Robbins, your case is
Yes,
gonna be
sir.
reset to August 16th of 2021. Your attorney will be given a copy of your reset date. Please stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman, and this will conclude your cases. And again, thanks for being patient, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. I'm gonna call Roland Cardenas.
He's present, and just this morning, we took care of his felony. I'd asked again for a short reset so we can work out a plea on this misdemeanor.
Okay, now this is cause number 326-498, and your full name is Roland Timothy Cardenas?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, Mr. Cardenas, your cases, your attorney is asking for it to be reset. I'll keep it on the announcement doc, is that correct, Mr.?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, give us the reset date. Now on page 5 at the bottom, so it's gonna be reset to August 16th of 2021. Mr. Cardenas, you get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. You need to sign that, reset. We have Kyle Bertrand. Go call the name of Kyle. Is he on the new?
Bertrand is over in drug court, big held prisoner over there until I get there.
Oh, okay.
And hopefully I'll be able to work something out on his felony, and when we do that, we'll take care of this misdemeanor.
Okay, just come back over here. Okay. Is that,
No, I have 2 minutes.
okay, we have, this is cause number 323-222. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Caleb Thomas Quinn. We have Mr. Quinn appearing via Zoom. Mr. Quinn, how are you?
Sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Quinn?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Quinn, you're represented here by your attorney, Mr. Macon. Mr. Macon, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Quinn's case?
Yes, Your Honor, that's going to be a plea. We'd asked for just a normal reset.
Reset for plea?
Yes.
Okay, it's gonna be reset to August 30th. Mr. Quinn, your case is gonna be reset for a plea on August the 30th. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. This will conclude your case. You're free to go.
All right. Thank you.
And you have a blessed day. Yes, sir. This is cause number 325452. The case is styled of State of Texas versus Suzanne Marie Longren. We have Ms. Longren appearing via Zoom. Ms. Longren, how are you doing? How are you doing, Ms. Longren?
I'm good. How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Longren, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. Macon, who's appearing in court. Mr. Macon, you have an announcement you'd like to make?
I do, Your Honor. If you reset that over on a regular plea docket, I believe Mr. Longren's case will be.
Okay, could you give us a plea date? Longren, page 4 at the top. Announcement docket. Oh, you're gonna set it for plea.
Yes.
Okay, it's gonna be reset to August 30th. Ms. Longren, your attorney will get you reset. This will conclude your case. You're free to go. Thanks for being patient with us, and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Did Dennis Pinckney
Yes, sir. He's here.
up here?
He's here.
Yeah, have him there.
All right. Dennis Pickney.
And then we got a plea ready.
Dennis Pickney. Dennis Pickney.
We have 4 cases. First case is cause number 321-542. Second case is cause number 322-566. Third case is cause number 328-390. Fourth case is cause number 328-392. All 4 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Dennis Lee Pickney Jr. Is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Pickney? That's good. Mr. Pickney, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. Don Boudreaux. Mr. Boudreaux, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Pickney cases?
Yes, sir. Judge, he was in drug court a while ago, and when is it reset?
Your case, your case in drug court was reset?
Yes, sir.
Did they give you a reset date?
It looks like 7/12.
That's the date.
Yeah, that's the day. I don't see
Let me see.
I don't see a date set on it. Did they give you?
No, this is the reset that they gave him on June 14th, and it was reset till today.
Did they-
This is not, yeah, this is June 14th.
It was reset?
Did they give you a reset date?
I believe he gave it to Judge, to my lawyer, James.
Oh, you gave it to your attorney?
So I don't know what it is, Judge.
Okay, what we're gonna do, we'll reset it with his felony case, but we don't have that date now, but once they put it in the system, we'll reset the case.
Yes, sir. And could we have about 2 or 3 days afterwards?
Oh, you want to set it afterwards?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that'll be fine.
It's a little too complicated for me.
Okay, that's fine. It'll be reset afterwards. Now, Mr. Pickney, this will conclude your case. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Hey, Your Honor, I just want to let you know that there's a surcharge for using my bailiff. You have to take me to lunch.
Oh, wow.
It's not for you.
I know, right?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay, let's go with,
You can't beat that.
okay. We'll see you later, Judge Thorne.
Yeah, what we going, Papa Do's?
Wow.
First thing she says is,
Looks
what
like
about
she's
me?
giving a speech.
Morning, Judge.
You gonna be on? Was it 1:15 or something, 1:30 on?
I hope so.
Okay.
I got a hold of his daddy, and he said he's trying to get to the office about 12. He never, you know.
Oh, hold on, I'm getting, I think it's McDonald,
McDonald, yeah.
Aaron McDonald.
Here's my discovery.
Quinn McDonald?
Yes, ma'am.
Aaron.
IREN.
Oh, Aaron? Is that
Yes.
you, sir? Okay.
He's on page 7,
Okay.
third from the top. Oh, somebody's in it. You in that document?
I am, I'm about to get up.
That just says good morning. You know, it's funny, I heard from
We on the record in cause number 327764, State of Texas versus Aaron Jamal McDonald. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. McDonald, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. McDonald, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
You may
sir.
put your hand down. Mr. McDonald, I have before me an information that alleges that on or about August 7th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. McDonald, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. McDonald, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Mr. McDonald, I have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishments, also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this document, Mr. McDonald, are these your initials on a line that's titled no contender, which means no contest?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of the same document, Mr. McDonald, is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
I have another document here that's titled the misdemeanor plea admonishments. That's titled trial court certification to defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on this document? Are these your, these two boxes that's checked above? The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I also have another document here. This document is titled the discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Now, prior to signing and initialing these documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1 and 2?
Yes, sure.
Any objections? No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 and State's Exhibit Number 2, the probable cause affidavit is admitted. Mr. Boudreaux, you have advised and counseled Mr. McDonald. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
Mr. McDonald, your attorney, Mr. Boudreaux, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. McDonald, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
It's for 90 days, probated over 1 year, $750 fine, 80 hours community service, DWI education, drug and alcohol assessment, AA meetings 2 times a week, and an interlock device.
With one exception, Judge. He, when he was involved in this, he had an accident with a mailbox and his truck was wrecked and he no longer has a vehicle to drive. He lives with his father and they have been going with him. He's been taking AA classes and he has learned something from this mistake on his part. And so the DA has said that as long as he doesn't own a vehicle or have one to drive, then she wouldn't require an interlock device.
No, he'll be required to have an interlock of any vehicle that it has to be installed
Yes,
on
sir.
any vehicle that he own or operate.
Yes, sir, and he doesn't have anything
Okay,
right now.
but he'll still be required to, if he,
If he does, yes, sir. And
Yeah.
I've talked to both his father and his grandfather. They were very much involved with him, helping him try to stay out of trouble. And he's been going and taking school, and they've been showing him tapes and everything. So he's trying to
you had to just,
take care of everything and change his life around. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
okay. 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 Now, why the interlock not on here? It's on another page or something?
No, I don't know why.
Okay. Now, Mr. McDonald, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $750 and court costs. The total fine and court costs comes to a total of $1,172. You'll also be required to pay probation fees of $60 each month, your analysis fee of $15 each month. You'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County a court-appointed attorney's fees of $250. You'll be required to pay a Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125. On the day of the plea, should an additional evaluation be needed or further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay $50. Now, the total amount of your fine and court costs is $205. Mr. McDonald, would you be able to pay the $205 per month?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. McDonald, you'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service, attend a DWI education class, and have a drug and alcohol assessment, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, attend and complete AA classes twice a week. You will also have to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. Mr. McDonald, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
Do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. McDonald, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. McDonald, stand on the X where your attorney is standing. Once your attorney, once stand there and follow the directions of the court coordinator and, excuse me, of the court clerk. And once you finish following those directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
All right, you too.
And Mr. Boudreaux, this will conclude your case. You have a blessed day as well.
Thank you.
And
Judge.
yeah, you'll just be required to sign.
That's all I have. Judge.
Yes.
May I be excused?
Yes, just hold on a minute.
Donna, can I get your right thumbprint? Put up there.
Yeah, well, we have 3 cases. First case is cause number 325-630. Second case is cause number 326-572. Third case is cause number 329-242. All 3 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Eric Brandon Perry. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Perry?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Perry. You're here represented by your attorney, Langston Adams, Attorney Adams. How are you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Adams, do you have an announcement
Yes.
you'd like to make?
Judge, on Mr. Perry and my other 2 clients, if you wouldn't mind, can I have just 2 months on announcement? He's giving me some information and I need to investigate that I think might help settle the case. And all of these cases is relatively new. I don't have any cases that's like over a year old.
Okay, now, Mr. Perry, your 3 cases gonna be reset. Could you give us a date? Yes.
August the 16th.
Okay, it's gonna be reset to August the 16th. Mr. Perry, you can get your resets from your attorney, and once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. I'm calling them up one at a time.
2 months. If I get on-
Oh,
That's why I-
June,
2 months.
July, August?
I said 2, yeah, 2.
Okay. Okay.
And if you don't mind, can you please put them on the same day?
It's gonna be September, the next available is September 20th.
Okay,
Thank you.
September 20th.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Perry, you can get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
You have a blessed day too.
All right, thanks a lot. Walt, is that Walter Holmes?
Judge, if you look at the file on Walter Holmes.
Is it Walter Holmes here?
I think he's in jail, but.
He's in jail?
I think, I could be wrong, but let me tell you what's going on there just real quick.
Hold on before you do that. I see that somebody announced, I have him checked off. He must have been here.
If you got him checked off, he answered.
Why don't you go outside and call him?
What page is it on?
Page
Yeah.
6 at the top.
Yeah, he was here, hold on.
I thought he was in jail. But
Just go sign on that
I
one.
signed, I was gonna tell you what's up on him.
Yeah.
Walter Holmes?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Judge, that's him right there. But let me tell you.
Let me, yeah.
Mr. Holmes, can you put your hands up in the back?
Oh, thank you, brother. Take
Show
one.
us a-
Now, Mr. Holmes, your full name is Walter Stephen Holmes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Okay, now this is cause number 326-924. Case is styled Walter Stephen Holmes. Mr. Adams, you represent Mr. Holmes. You have an announcement?
No, that's all I was trying to tell you. If you look at the file, your clerk's file, Judge, you appointed me on Walter Holmes, but however, Rife Kimler filed the motion to substitute, so. I
Is
think
that
Rife
motion to
is
sub
low.
in there?
Should be, because I got the motion to substitute, so.
Okay.
Rife, I believe.
You
hired
hired
Rife.
Mr. Kemmler?
Yeah, he's out right.
Okay.
It's showing.
He's not on the docket, but, it might be in the file. Rife is on the drug court case. I see that.
Right. Right, I'm saying if you look, he filed in this case to be the lawyer too. Cause I got service of that.
What?
Yeah, he filed the motion of substitute, or notice or something like that.
Okay, I need to print it out so I can sign it.
Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna sign the, that motion. You don't have any objections to it, right?
No.
Okay. Mr. Holmes, you can stand over there on the X. We're gonna send a reset to your attorney, who has substituted in, and Mr. Kimler is on vacation this week. And so we're gonna give you a reset date and we'll send it to him. Before you leave, you can stand over there and they're gonna give you a copy of the reset date. And once you get your reset date, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Okay.
Right here, sir.
No,
That's it.
no, the second X.
Oh,
The
second.
one on the, oh, yeah. Here you go.
I was gonna say that. He's just.
Donnie Citizen.
He's here. Same thing as the.
Okay, your full name is Donnie, is that Ophi? Donnie Ophi Citizen?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Citizen? I'm doing all right, Mr. Citizen. I see you represented by Attorney Alexa Adams. Mr. Adams, you have an announcement?
Yes, Judge, the same as with the other guy, just 2 months, and I promise y'all, I'll get it done.
Okay, so the motion is. No, I'm just making a note of. Okay, could you listen? He wants to reset 2 months on this one as well. That's gonna be September.
Okay, yes,
Is that, oh, he has a felony? Oh, yeah, okay, his felony is set, you don't want it on the same date, though. The felony is set August the 9th.
No.
No. Is this Donnie Citizen?
That's Mr. Citizen, yes.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the date here saying, is that right? Is that the right date, August the 9th?
So your felony is on August the 9th.
Okay, they told me the 26th when I talked to them earlier.
Yeah, I can leave mine on those same dates as the other guys. I'm not on the felony.
Oh, you want it, okay, so you just want this on September the 20th?
With everybody else,
Okay.
I'll get what you want.
Okay, let's reset him to September 20th. Once you get your research from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Okay.
And my, and then Gary Barber.
We have 2 cases. First case is cause number 328358. Second case is cause number 329558. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Gary Christopher Barber. Mr. Barber, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Barber, you represented by your attorney, Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams, you have an announcement?
Yes, same thing, just 2 months on the same day, and we're gonna work it out. I talked to Mr. Barber already, and we got a plan.
What's the reset date?
Yeah, same day.
Okay, Mr. Barber, your case is gonna be reset September 20th. You can get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go.
Yes, sir. And Judge, my final case was on your. I'll get you.
Can I get them signed?
Yeah, you gotta sign those. Yeah,
They are just gonna be waiting.
yeah.
This is on citizen. Okay.
And Judge, And just on my final case, I've reached an agreement on that one.
Which one is that?
Set for trial in your court today on Robert Sherman.
Yeah, you got an agreement?
Yeah, we worked it out. We worked it out this morning.
So we're gonna do it when Thursday? Still in jail?
He's still in jail right now.
Oh, when y'all wanna do it?
I'm gonna have to go and sign him up.
Right.
Well,
The problem is, we don't have a bail limit. I mean, normally we
What
do
day
our
you
jail
gonna-
runs on Thursdays.
How about this? If you want to put it for Thursday, and then, I'm sorry, if you want to put it for Thursday, that'll give me time to go to jail.
That's
sign him
fine.
up,
That's fine.
And I can do it with the other cases.
That's right. That's right. Okay,
that'll
well,
work.
so it's a plea
It's
on Thursday,
plea.
okay.
Plea on Thursday is not a
Okay,
problem.
okay, that's good.
And that's Robert Sherman.
Right.
You want me to sign the, we sit on that one? It was on the trial document.
I need to sign for Barbara.
Barbara, I mean, sign Barbara, and I can sign
Yeah.
Sherman too.
And I'll be Sherman.
And that's for a plea Thursday. It's the boy. Yeah, he's.
Who?
Boyd, I think is his last name, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, he's the lawyer on,
Okay. Seal is violated. The next one is going, after that's gonna be Douglas Ames.
The Biden.
Yeah,
Douglas Ames.
All right.
yeah.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Holmes?
We're on a record in cause number 326-474. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Yanni Silas Valle.
Yes.
He
doesn't speak English, Judge. I have to translate.
Okay, so we're gonna, I say pursuant to Article 38, point, 30. Okay. Okay. Let me do this here. Thirty-eight, 30. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, this is cause number 326-474. State of Texas versus Yanni Valles, Yanni Silas Valle. Now, it's been brought to the court's attention that Mr. Valle, Silas Valle does not speak English. Does he speak Spanish?
Spanish, Your Honor.
Okay, and so pursuant to Article 38.30 and pursuant to Garcia versus State, 149 Southwest 3rd, 135. Oh, excuse me. It's Rivera versus State, 981 Southwest 2nd, 336. The defendant attorney, who is Mr. Charles Rojas, speaks Spanish. He has interpreted in this court prior. And so at this time, we're going to have Mr. Charlie Rojas, his attorney, to interpret for him. Now, Mr. Rojas, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Rojas,
Do you swear or affirm to interpret English to Spanish and Spanish to English?
I do.
Okay, you may put your hand down. Is your full name Yanni Silas Valle?
Yes.
Mr. Silas Valle, how are you doing?
Good.
Okay. Mr. Silas Valle, I have before me an information that alleges that on or about January 5th of 2020, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Silas Valle, do you understand what you've been charged with? Okay, let me do this here. Did I swear him in? Okay, Mr. Valle, would you please raise your right hand? Do you, okay, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, you may put your hand down. Now, Mr. Valle, you're charged with the offense of the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration of 0.15 or more. The state alleges that this offense occurred on January 5th of 2020 while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas. Mr. Valle, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Silas Valle, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you're guilty?
Yes.
All right. Now, Mr. Silas Valle, I have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishments, which is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Mr. Valle, are these your initials on the bottom of this document?
Yes.
And these initials are below a paragraph that is titled citizenship. Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
Okay. What country is he from?
Mexico.
Mexico? Okay, so they're not on the list. Now, Mr. Valle, if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea of guilty or nolla contendere may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. On page 2 of this document, Mr. Silas Valle, there are a set of initials on the line next to a box that says check guilty. Are these your initials?
Yes.
On page 3 of this same document, Mr. Valle, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes.
I have another document here that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Mr. Valle, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is this your signature on the line that says defendant?
Yes.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The second box states that you're waiving or giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I have another document here that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? Is that your signature above this line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
Prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Rojas, go over these documents with you in Spanish?
Yes.
And did you understand everything that he went over?
Yes.
And is everything that he went over is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Rojas, you have advised and counseled Mr. Salas Valle. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Salas Valle, your attorney, Mr. Rojas, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Valle, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
The agreement is for 180 days, probated over 1 year, a $750 fine, 80 hours of community service, DWI education, drug and alcohol assessment, and an interlock device.
Okay, Mr. Salas Valle, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in jail, but you will not have to serve any time in jail because you will be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $750 plus court costs. The total amount of the fine and court costs is $1,167. You will be required to pay $60 probation fee, $15 each month, a $15 urinalysis fee each month. You'll be required to pay the Jefferson County DWI education class an initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. The total monthly installments that you would have to pay for this case is $185. Mr. Salas Valle, would you be able to pay the $185 each month?
Yes.
You will be required to perform 80 hours of community service, attend a DWI education class, have a drug and alcohol assessment, install a DWI interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. Mr. Valle, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
I can hear you. I can hear you, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Great.
Okay, and do you accept the state's accept the state's offer? Okay. And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? Okay, Mr. Salas Valle, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state, stand on the X next to your attorney. You're gonna follow the directions of this clerk. And once you finish following in those directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Okay, you're welcome.
Your Honor, this is Jansen Bailey. Hold on one second. I just need my case reset. You're on mute.
Thanks for telling me that. We're in the middle of the session. Just hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice. I apologize.
Yeah. No, that's, this is, clause number 37, 2, location. Formally here. Ready? Okay, you have it. All right. I'm trying to. Yeah, I know we have folks. Which one is really- Oh, here it is. Moat, Alexandria Moat. I see Alexandria, someone on Zoom named Alexandria.
Yes, Your Honor, that's me.
Oh, that's you? Okay, Mr. Bailey? Mr. Bailey?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I apologize about that.
Okay, Mr. Bailey, okay. This is cause number 3268782. And Alexandria Moats, Ms. Moats is appearing via Zoom with our attorney, Mr. Jansen Bailey. Mr. Bailey, you have an announcement you'd like to make?
Yes, Your Honor. We'd asked that this case be set on the plea docket.
Okay, on the pretrial conference docket?
Yeah, we're going to plea, Your Honor.
The pretrial conference docket, they're gonna set it for plea. Moats? Yes. Okay, it's gonna be reset to August 30th. Mr. Bailey, your reset will be sent to you. Ms. Moats, stay in contact with your attorney. Your case is reset to August 30th. This will conclude your case. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Bailey, I think this is your only case. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you.
Derek Coates. We have two cases, cause number 328596 and cause number 329040. Both cases for Style, the state of Texas versus Derek Lance Coates. Mr. Coates, is that your full name? Yes, sir. Mr. Coates, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Coates, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Yes, sir. Okay, you may put your hand down, Mr. Coates. How you doing, Mr. Coates? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Coates, the information in cause number 328596 alleges that on or about October 25th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Coates, do you understand what you've been charged with? Yes, sir. And to this charge, Mr. Coates, How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you're guilty? Okay, Mr. Coates, I have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor information, excuse me, the misdemeanor plea admonishments. And on this document, Mr. Coates, let me show it to you. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Coates, there's a set of initials on the line that's titled no contingent, which means no contest. Are these your initials? And on page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature? And on the next document, which is titled the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, you recognize this document. Is that your signature on the line that's titled defendant? 2 boxes checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case. You have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that? We have our discovery certification.
Yes, Your Honor. Is that, which one is this?
Votes.
328-596?
I guess. Yes. Is this the, this goes on to another municipal. Yeah, the audit report.
We have two of them.
Okay, no, I was just thinking, okay. Now, Mr. Coates, do you recognize this document? Which is a discovery certification. And is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Coates, prior to signing and initialing these documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney, Mr. Lawrence, go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and also State Exhibit number 2, the probable cause affidavit.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Lawrence, you advised in counsel, Mr. Coates, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None at all, Your Honor.
Mr. Coates, your attorney, Mr. Lawrence, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Okay, Mr. Coates, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your pleas and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do you have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
Term of that agreement is 1 year of county jail, probated for 2 years.
Okay. 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 Okay.
DWI.
Okay. Did a drug and alcohol assessment?
Yes, Your
Okay. Okay, what about 72 hours? Did you do 72 hours in jail? This is DWI second.
That would be on Thanksgiving. Because he, because of his job, he has to work Monday through Friday on his job, and he keep him from losing his job.
Monday through Friday. I mean,
he works full week. And so he's going to do this upfront time, 72 hours for upfront on Thanksgiving weekend.
I mean,
that's 72 hours unless you want to.
No, you got, I mean, no, I mean, it's 72 straight. So it's not, you know, one just can't be broken up. It's 72 straight hours that he has to do.
Well,
So, I
that's
mean,
why
he
we're
may have
trying
to
do
take
it
day
thanks.
off. I mean, and
That's why
it's just one day difference.
Um,
It's Thanksgiving, you talking that 3-4 months from now?
Well,
And maybe within the next 30 days. Okay.
what would we do? This coming?
Okay, what day was that? What, anybody got a calendar? Is that the? What was that? What? He said Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
The Friday, Tuesday, starting on the 30th. The 30th, 31st.
Okay, starting, okay, July 30th. And that's gonna have to be 7, you gotta be in by what, 6 p.m.?
We'll be at the jail by 6. You better let them know.
You can either on or before 6 p.m. You have to go there and appear.
Yeah, just go and just.
But you're gonna have some paperwork that you're gonna bring with you.
Okay.
Okay. So, let me do this. So, the state is offering that you serve 1 year in the Jefferson County Jail. However, that jail time will be probated for 2 years. During the 2-year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $1,500 plus court costs of $472, which comes to a total of $1,972. You will be required to pay probation fees of $60 each month, $15 each month for a urinalysis fee, reimburse the court-appointed attorney's fee, in this case of $150. You will be required to pay the Jefferson County DWI education class and an initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay $50. Now this will come to a total that you would have to pay each month of $170 a month. Would you be able to pay the $170 a month? You will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, attend a DWI education class, and have a drug and alcohol assessment, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. You will serve 72 hours in the Jefferson County Jail beginning at or about 6 p.m. on July 30th of 2021.
This is confirmed with
And you will attend and complete a DWI, attend and complete a repeat offenders class. Is that correct, Mr. Boyd?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you will also have to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. You said this case is running concurrent?
Yes, sir.
And this case is running concurrent with cause number 329040. Now, Mr. Coach, do you understand the state's offer? And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Coach, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into. Okay. You know what? I'm looking at the wrong one. 328-596 is a DWI with an enhanced, which is 0.05. So he's not required to do the 72 hours on that case. It's on the second case. It's on the 329040. Is that correct, Mr. Lawrence?
I believe you are correct.
Okay, I was looking at the wrong one. So let me go back on the record on this here. This is not the case that you're gonna be doing the 72 hours on. Okay, so the offer is 1 year Jefferson County Jail, probated for 2 years, $1,500 fine plus court costs, 60 hours of community service, and you would have to attend the DWI education repeat offenders class, have a DWI and a drug and alcohol assessment, and install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. And this, you will also be required to, your probation fee, $60 a month. Your analysis fee is $15 each month. Now, the total fine and court cost is $1,972 a month. Your Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee is $125 a month. If a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay $50 in addition. The total monthly installments will be $170. Would you be able to pay that? Now, you will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, attend a DWI education class, and have a drug and alcohol assessment, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, and the 72 hours will be served as a condition. That's on the other case, not on this case. And you will attend and complete a repeat offenders class, and you will also have to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Do you think that do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Okay, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, in reference to the second case, which is cause number 329040, and that case is styled the state of Texas versus Derek Lance Coates. The information in this case, Mr. Coates alleges that on or about January 27 of 2021, while you're in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Second, the information further alleges that prior to the commission of this offense, that you, Derek Lance Coates, on May 26th of 1987, in the County Court at Law number 3 of Jefferson County, Texas, and cause number 129685, that you were convicted of the misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated, and that offense became final prior to the commission of this offense. Is that true? And to the charge of DWI second, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Now, you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Now, Mr. Coates, I have before me a document that is titled the Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments on page, I'm gonna show you page 1 of this document. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this document, Mr. Coates, are these your initials on a line that's titled Nola Contendere? There's no contest. And on page 3 of the same document, is that your signature above the line that's titled Defendant? And on the next document, which is the trial court certification, defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document? Is that your signature on a line that is titled Defendant? And there are 2 boxes checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? The second box states that you're waiving or giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that? And I also have before me the discovery certification. Do you recognize this document? Is that your signature above the line that's titled Defendant? Mr. Coates, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Lawrence, go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you'd like to also offer State's Exhibit number 2, probable cause affidavit. Any objections? State's Exhibit 1 and 2?
No objection.
No objections. State's Exhibit 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Lawrence, you advised in counsel, Mr. Coates, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Coates, your attorney, Mr. Lawrence, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Okay, Mr. Coates, I'll accept your plea of no contest. I'll find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. We'll also find that your plea of no contest and waivers are freely and voluntarily given. We'll also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
1 year, 20 years. One concurrently, of 596, 8 times.
You say DWI ed, drug and alcohol assessment. And he got 72 hours in this one. This is the DWI second. And I'll run on July 3rd, start on July 30th of 2021 at or about 6 p.m. Is that correct? And this is running concurrent with the previous case. This is trial number 328596. Okay, Mr. Holmes. The state is offering that you serve 1 year Devils County Jail, which is 365 days. That jail time is going to be probated for 2 years. During the 2-year probationary period, you will not be required to pay any court costs, any fine. However, you will be required to pay court costs of $422. You will not be required to pay a probation fee because you paid it in the previous case. You will be required to pay a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. And you'll be required to reimburse the court-appointed attorney's fees of $150 a month. And you will be required to pay the DWI education class and the initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day. And should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay $50. Now, your total monthly installments that you have to pay for this case is $40. Mr. Coates, would you be able to pay the $40? And you'll be required to perform 60 hours of community service, attend a DWI education class, and have a drug and alcohol assessment, install the DWI interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. You'd have to serve 72 hours in Jefferson County Jail as a condition of this probation, and that jail time will begin on July 30th, 2021, and it will run at or about 6 p.m. This case will run concurrent with cause number 328596, and you also have to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Coates, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in this case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Okay, Mr. Coates, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Coates, stand on the X next to the attorney. Once you finish following the instructions of the clerk, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Lawrence, I think this will conclude your case, your cases as well. Once you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There was no community service. Did I say community service? Oh, well, I'm gonna correct the judgment because she had 60 in here. But the judgment is you won't be having any community service hours in this class, in this case, because it was waived. I'll just make that correction.
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct. I was wondering about that.
Oh, I had it, I wrote it down, but I read that.
We just did everything concurrent.
I see. Okay, this calls number 322468, State of Texas versus Victor Lavoris Williams. Is that your full name? Okay, how you doing, Mr. Williams? I'm doing fine. Thanks for being patient with us, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Ted Jones Jr. Mr. Jones, how you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
That's good. Now, your case is set on the trial docket.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, we set to go tomorrow at 1:30.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now, before,
Yes, you have an,
I've been in communication with Mr. Boyd all weekend. We've been working. There's a serious component to the case. But we've got speakerphone, had a conference call with the attorney and one attorney from the civil side. And the attorney from the civil side has urged that if my client,
well, let me just say, I don't need you to go into the details of any negotiations that you and the district attorney has made. I just need to know whether or not, at this point, whether or not we're ready to go, because this case has been specially set for tomorrow.
Your Honor, we are ready to go. However, it's my understanding that the victim in this case, we should file an affidavit of non-prosecution.
Okay, but that hadn't been, so right now, we still set for tomorrow. I mean, whatever y'all can finish, y'all negotiation
we finished with that,
up
sir.
until, tomorrow, 1:30, so you just let us know what you want to do at that time. But I mean, we got a jury coming in tomorrow at 1:30. I don't want to burn the jury. And, next thing you know, you tell me, oh, no, that, we didn't, we need to know. Yes.
We have a solid deal, whereas my client is going to.
Okay, well, if y'all, if y'all, you don't have to, you don't need to go into the details of what your deal is, okay? If y'all got something worked out, and I assume from what's been said thus far is that the state may be dismissing the case? Is that what I'm hearing?
After we put proper the deed to this.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So until that happens, we still set for trial.
But we can't do it in one day. Because there's 3 quarters of that.
Well, I mean, I got a jury. I mean, we got a jury specially set. We not going. Yeah.
This case is basically a civil case.
Well, I mean, I know the state filed a criminal case. This case that I have is a criminal case.
We're trying to finish the case.
Okay.
And finishing the case, we need at least 3 or 4 days to get this done.
Well, I don't know. I mean, this case has been on the court's docket for 828 days.
Well, sir, it wasn't our fault. We had 3 different attorneys. This is the first attorney, this attorney that pushed the case. We had COVID, we had hurricane. Well, we think we got it solved right now. And it'll be a disservice to actually the complaining witness, because what we're trying to do is get a deed to the complaining witness. Can't do that in 6 hours. But we are going to agree to do that.
Okay. Well, I don't know how long it's going to take. I mean, there's a lot of technology that we have today in terms of with things being able to be done. The only thing I'm saying right now, I'm not going to reset this case right at this point. Like I said, we got a jury coming in at 1:30 on tomorrow. Okay, so y'all need to do whatever y'all do, put a rush on, whatever, but we got a jury coming in at 1:30 tomorrow, okay? Mr. Cobb.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Just hold on a minute. cases, Mr. Cobb. Okay, if you call, he's no longer on there. Zion, Gomes
He's supposed to be on Zoom, Your Honor.
was on Zoom. I don't see him on Zoom now. I'll give you some time to, if you can contact him.
Okay.
I know, I think on the time at the time when you was having some technical difficulties, where you said you
Yes.
couldn't. Yeah,
I've got that fixed, and now all I have to do, I was trying to just get a reset for a plea.
well,
That's
we
all I was
need to
trying
have
to do.
your client appear. I don't understand that, but just have you call you, get in contact with, kind of having to reappear on Zoom.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. I'll get him.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Yeah, Quentin Gums, you need to go and get back on Zoom. The judge has called your case. Please get back on Zoom as soon as possible. Jeez, what a day. What a day.
Mr. Cobb, you probably need to mute your mic.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do it.
Okay. Okay, this is 327-788, Isaiah Jose McCarr.
Yeah.
Mr. McCarr, we're gonna reset your case so you can get in contact with the standby attorney. Give us reset at 30 days. Oh, you working?
Yes, sir. Can you do 45?
Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Thank you.
September 20th. Okay, stand over, get your reset, you'll be free to go.
All right.
Be able to reset, bro. what's your name?
Doyle, Jason.
Mr. Doyle, would you come on out? And this is cause number 324-022. I see here, Mr. Doyle, you're not represented by an attorney on your misdemeanor, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
However, you are represented by Kevin Lane on your felonies.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, this case is set next week.
For trial, yes, sir.
Oh, it's set for trial.
1:30 PM
Okay,
on the 19th.
okay. What we can do, we can reset your case to after the trial date.
I believe he's gonna get it set off because I just got him documentation that he's been asking for today, because I actually live in Houston. And I haven't been able to get him on the phone, so I gave him the paperwork today. He wanted for residency letter and that kind of stuff for the program that I'm in. And he said call him Wednesday. He was gonna try to have it set off so that he would have time to look over it and I guess to verify and that kind of stuff.
Now, you're scheduled to be back in court on the 19th?
That's what it's scheduled as, yes, sir. When I spoke to him today, he said call him Wednesday and he was gonna discuss with me about trying to get it set off so that he would have more time, because he just got the case and I just got the paperwork to him that he requested
Well,
today.
now what we're gonna do, we're gonna give you a reset date, but it's not gonna be on the same, normally we reset them on the same date.
Yes, sir.
That'll prevent you from having to come here from Houston or wherever on different days.
Yes, sir.
Um,
That's what y'all have been doing. It's been going on for more than a year. They
right.
just keep switching attorneys.
Oh, they switched attorneys on you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, we've been resetting it with the felony.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, we can do that, but if we do that, we're gonna reset it on the 19th of 2021,
Correct.
which is next week.
Yes, sir.
And so, I mean, if you get a reset date, you're gonna have to let us know so that we can reset it to your felony date.
Yes, sir.
So,
I just didn't know how to do that today, or I would have, other than driving over here, but I got a letter in the mail saying I needed to be here today. But
well, I
didn't have
understand, yeah,
contact.
now you could appear in person by Zoom or by telephone,
Oh, okay.
all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just, the bunch of caution, I'm gonna reset it on the same date,
Okay.
July 19th.
Yes,
So
sir.
make sure you gotta, appear in one of those three ways in this court on that day.
Can I get the Zoom information? Because we do Zoom when I'm in.
They, the coordinator will be able to give that to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Thank you. Your Honor.
stand over there and get your reset. It's gonna be reset to July 19th, along with the felony. Yeah, that's set for trial. You may have to appear over there. Now, if you still set, you have to go there. Make sure you come here too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He doesn't have any, other paperwork involved, judgment, excuse me, explanation or.
Oh, he doesn't? Oh. We're gonna have, there's some paperwork up there that we're gonna give to you. Should be a document that says judge explanation of rights to defendant without attorney. I'm gonna go over that with you.
Okay.
Okay, and it says judge explanation rights to defendant without attorney. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
That's the title. Now, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Number two, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
Number three, you may represent yourself. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
If you want an attorney to represent you and have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have the money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. You may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. At the bottom of this document, it says defendant's choice. Mark initials next to only one choice. If your choice is I want to reset this case to hire my own attorney, then you'll place your initials on the first line to the left. If you've already hired an attorney, then you'll place your initials on the second line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If you want to apply for court-appointed counsel, then you'll put your initials on the third line to the left. If you've already been appointed court-appointed counsel in this case, you'll put your initials on the fourth line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If you want to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, then you'll put your initials on the fifth line to the left. And once you finish initialing one of the 5 lines, you will sign where it says defendant and date it today's date, July 12th, 2021. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you made your choice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May I, you could hand that to me? Okay, so you want to see if you can apply for court-appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's over there. But what I need you to do, you're gonna have to fill out a financial questionnaire. There should be a form up there. It should say, that's it. Have a seat at that table over there. You need a pen? Okay, and fill that information out. And when you finish, we'll call you back up.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Set that right there. This is cause number 310760, State of Texas versus Gregory Jackson. Is that your full name?
Yes, yes, sir.
Mr. Jackson, see here that you appeared in court on May 3rd of 2021, and you stated that at that time you wanted to hire your own attorney. Have
Yes,
you
sir.
hired your attorney?
No, sir.
Why haven't you hired your attorney?
I've been having trouble trying to find one. I was trying to get Alden Samuel, whatever the name, but
Okay, so you need some more time?
Yes, sir.
To get your lawyer?
yes, sir.
Okay, we're gonna reset this case 30 days. Okay? Stand over there, get your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go.